Hey guys, Eli here, and there's a scarcity of the US shutting down. And today I want to let you guys know exactly what you guys should do to prepare for yourself for a US shutdown. And we're starting now. Guys, thank you so much for watching another video from Urban Lifestyle. If this is your first time here, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. So, a shutdown is looming. There's rumors of another shutdown going in the US, and we see countries around the world experiencing shutdowns. All right, so the main thing is, what should we do when experiencing a shutdown, or when going into a shutdown, or just in case we do have a shutdown, what exactly should we do? Now, I do believe there's like 3 things that we have to focus on. All right, now the first thing is get your essential stuff ready, like your water, your toilet paper. You already know how that's gonna happen. But even though I don't believe that it's gonna be to that extent anymore, because now we know what's going on. We're prepared for a shutdown. Or we're getting mentally prepared for a shutdown, and a whole bunch of stuff is going on. The first time we shut it down, no one knew it was going to happen. It was just boop, it happened. Right? It was unprecedented. Nobody ever seen, the US never shut down like this before, and it's like one of the first times we ever experienced something like this. So people, first thing they tend to do is panic. They went to the stores, they try to get a whole bunch of sanitizers, wipes, toilet paper, all those stuff. Now, even though if we were to experience a second shutdown, I don't believe that it would be to that extent. Okay, I don't believe it would be to that extent, but at the same time, it's good to have those stuff prepared, because hey, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. So I would definitely say make sure you get all your stuff ready, like canned goods and things like that, just in case, because you know you don't want to go out, especially when the pandemic is really rising the way it is right now. Okay, so make sure you guys get your food, your toilet paper, all the stuff that you need around the house. And I even go as far as saying medicine, like little stuff like Advil, stuff, you know, like NyQuil and a whole bunch of things like that. I do stack up on a whole bunch of those stuff, like Band-Aid. I always keep a box. Matter of fact, I have 2 first aid kits box down here full to the rim. I'm always getting stuff, like even with my my previous job, every time where I'll go somewhere they have a first aid kit, I always like just go in there, get some Band-Aids, and just bring them home, just to make sure, you know, the family has Band-Aids, have medicines and things like that, and like Advil, pain reliever, all those essential stuff that you would need. Okay, so that's the first thing I believe we should do. All right, make sure you mentally get ready and to physically get ready as well. Now, the second thing I do believe we should actually do is we need to stack cash. We all know cash is king right now. Cash is severely king, because you can't do nothing without cash. Okay, I know a lot of people may be like, oh, cash is trash, it's devaluing, but at this present time, at this present moment, it is king. All right, we're not talking about the past, we're not talking about the future, we're talking about what can you do with that dollar right now. All right, and I do believe that's king. So stash cash. I'm not saying that we are going, I'm not predicting that we are, but hey, there's a possibility. And my thing is, prevention is the best cure. So if you're prepared for it, I'll say that's the best thing to do. Prepare for it. So how do you prepare for something like this? It's stack on cash. You never know what's gonna happen. You don't want to go behind on your credit cards. You don't want to be behind on your bills. All that stuff is gonna add up. All right. And although you know, they say if you do take the time off, they're gonna pay you for it. But of course, we've been saying that we're gonna get a stimulus check for how long now? And you know, if it's going to be, is up to me. That's my another motto I like to go by. If it's going to be, then it's up to me. Not if it's going to be, it's up to the government. No. So I wouldn't say just solely rely on the government. Okay, if it comes, great. If not, you're ready. So I'll definitely say make sure you have some cash upon hand. Like they say it's going to be 6 weeks. Make sure you have 6 weeks worth of cash. All right, and you should be starting that now. You should be starting that now. Okay, that's if they give you a stimulus. Okay, that's good. You can use that to your advantage. But at the same time, you want to be ready for anything. Now, the second reason I'll say to stack on cash is to take advantage of opportunities. When the first pandemic happened, I had like money just stashed away just in case, for you know, prepared. If it's going to be, it's up to me. So you want to be prepared for things like this. All right. So like I was saying, back when the pandemic happened, everybody was going crazy. The stock market went down, precious metals went down. What did I do? I saw a great buying opportunity. I went in and I bought. And the amount of gains that I received from that time when it was when the markets were the Dow Jones was at 18,000, I started buying around 20,000, and then it went down to 19, and then it's bottomed out at 18. But I was just buying all the way through. All right, there was so much companies that I did research on that I really loved, and I just felt it was overvalued at the time. And then as soon as the pandemic came, I took advantage of that. The amount of money that was made and the amount of money that's still being made today because of that. Okay, now this is not an argument. Oh yeah, the stock market is going to crash. This is not that. I'm just saying take advantage of opportunities, because I took advantage of opportunities within the stock market, and at the same time I took advantage of precious metals, gold and silver. When silver, when they dropped down, guess what? I was a buyer. And there was a huge bump up. And then, hey, I took some profit. I still hold on to gold and silver, but I definitely say the majority of the profit were from the stuff I was buying when the prices were low. Okay, and we're talking about $13 as far as silver. And I think gold went as low as I want to say in between 1,300 to 1,500 around that time. Now, silver is lingering at $24, and we all know back in August or before that, it was actually at $30. It went up close to $30, and gold, it went beyond $2,000. And we're talking about within I'll say a 5-month time span. All right, so yeah, you want to make sure you take advantage of that. Now, the third thing I would want to say, and this is more future minded. This is not like during the lockdown. This is stuff that we need to do after we need to focus on after the lockdown and going on into the future. All right, and that is focus on assets that are growing in value. Now, what do I mean by that? Assets that are growing in value. The reason I say you want to focus on assets that will grow in value over the test of time is this. We had a first stimulus wave. All right, we had a first stimulus wave. That money did not hit the economy yet. A lot of people, the majority of people, yeah, we see them going out and spending some money. But believe it or not, there's a lot of places, a lot of people that are not spending money, and they want to spend money, they just can't. Like maybe they had a cruise to go on, and that $5,000 right there, they can't go on a cruise. Or they wanted to go on a flight, but they really can't go on a flight. Or anything that they may want to do. Maybe there's a lot of people that want to buy clothes, but hey, they ain't going nowhere. They're not going to clubs, they're not going out, they're not partying, so they can't buy clothes. Right? So all the stimulus money that came in is being pent up somewhere. So that's why we're not seeing massive inflation right now. And that's just the first stimulus wave. We haven't even, we're still talking about a second stimulus wave. All right. And when you're looking at that, that's going to be more money added to the economy, added in circulation, printed out of nowhere. That's added to the circulation. And what you guys know, when there's more money added to the circulation, it devalues the money that's already in circulation. Now, this is basic stuff. I preach this all over the channel now. Now, the reason I say you want to focus on assets that grows over time in value is because with inflation, I'm not saying that the value of the asset is gonna grow, but maybe the purchasing power of said assets, as far as dollar equivalent, is really not. Is pretty much the same. Now, 100%, if you're carrying cash within the next 10 from now to 10, 15, 20, 100 years from now, it's going to devalue. You got 100% guarantee that money is going to devalue. Right now, it may be worth $100. Next year, maybe $99.95. The year after that, it may be just $99. The year after that, it may be $98. Okay, and it's just going to keep devaluing over time. We all heard the saying, your grandma, your grandpa, or somebody older saying, oh yeah, I remember when I could have bought a house for $30,000 back in 1940 or 1950. Now it costs $250,000. Okay. Now, of course, a little bit of that may be due to the price hiking up, but there's a percentage of that's due to inflation. The money what 30,000 was back in like maybe 40, 50 years ago is not 30, 50,000 right now. All right. It may be 100,000 today. Okay. So if you look at some of these charts, I do want to show here. So let me switch the screen here. So with this chart right here, what this is the real estate prices within the past 100 years. You guys can see it only goes up. And of course, due to inflation, that inflation is factored in this chart as well. You can see 100 years ago and see how it's going up all the way up to now in 2019. I think this was last updated. Now, this is real estate prices, all right? Now, real estate prices, this is something that I do want to get into, but of course, this is not something that everybody can get into. So you may be asking the question, hey, Eli, listen, I really, like, real estate, that's just too much above my pay grade. Like, I can't afford real estate. So what other options are there? Well, let's go into the stock market. This is the Dow Jones chart within the past 100 years. You guys can see that is pretty much the same. It just went up. And of course, it keeps up with inflation. If not, it surpasses inflation. So a lot of people, a lot of investors, this is one of their main reasons for investing into stocks, to make sure they grow their wealth and at the same time keep up with inflation. Because you can either keep your money in the bank and let it devalue, or you can take the chance, do your research and take the risk. Make sure you do your research on any stock that you're about to, or any company that you putting your money into. Make sure you always do your research. And if you do the proper research and you understand what you're looking for, it eliminates some of the disadvantage of the stocks going down, because you can see how much cash they have on their balance sheet. Hey, can they survive a pandemic and all that? But of course, this is not the video for that. But you can actually see that it went up within the past 100 years. So you're telling me within 100 years, the dollar value went down, but assets that grows in value went up. Right? This is something that you may want to look into, but maybe some of you guys are like, you know what, Eli, stocks are too volatile. I really don't want to take my chances with stocks. They're way too volatile. I don't want to even try that. I don't even know the first thing to look for when it comes to the stock market. Well, this is one of the things that I first started with, because it was very easy. The next asset class I like to show is precious metals. Now, this is the 100 price chart as far as gold. This is gold right now, current data. You can see for the past 100 years, all it did was really grow in value. Okay, you can see it really shot up. Now, this, I can show you a little bit more. This is the price of gold without inflation. Now, let's look at the price of gold with inflation. Boom, totally different, right? It looks totally different. When I show you, this is with the inflation adjusted, which means they're showing you the prices of it today. So you guys can see this is the price with inflation, and this is the price without inflation. Okay, so that means that if you kept it, your money would have just kept up, and you would have kept up with inflation. Now, that's gold. Let's check silver. Now, gold is about $2,000, right? And some people may be like, hey, you know what? I can't afford $2,000. And there's always fractional gold. This is gold per ounce. This is gold per ounce. You don't have to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy the full entire ounce. I can't afford $2,000, but maybe for a gram or so. Now, of course, that comes with its own challenges as well. And I spoke on that plenty of times during this channel, but I'm not going to go into that today. Let's just go into silver. All right. Now, silver current price right now is $24. $24, guys. Now, you can see this is the price of silver for the past 100 years. For the past 100 years. All right. Now, remember, the dollar has been falling for the past 100 years, while the prices of assets such as precious metals, real estate, stock market has been going up. So if you guys want to protect, if you guys want to leave anything, for your offsprings, or this is the place to do it. Or if you guys want to protect the value of the effect of the us printing so much money due to the pandemic, this is a great way for you guys to do it. Either real estate, stock market. Of course, you got to make sure you do your research, and of course, a lot of people may want to time the markets. And to be honest with you, I believe that time in the market beats timing the market. Okay. So I'll definitely say silver is around $24, and that's a great price. It's not even at its all-time. It's nowhere near its all-time high. And this is, let me show you guys the all-time high when you actually add inflation to it. So you can see right here is probably where its all-time high is on just this regular without inflation adjusted is $48.60, and right here In 1980, we could see it go into $35. In 2011, it was $48. So once I put inflation adjusted to it, you can see it's nowhere near its all-time high, because its all-time high was really in 1980 when you add inflation. So that means $35 back in 1980 is pretty much, let me see if I can get it there real quick, if I can get a solid prices, is around 102. I know it's above. There you go. $119.66. $30 back in 1980 is this much today. So best thing I'll say, like, and it's still not even close to its all-time high as far as value. It may be close as far as, dollar money or dollar amount, but as far as value, what that silver could have got you back in 1980 and what it gets you today is nowhere near its all-time highs. And you guys can see that. And this is inflation adjusted. And now we're printing so much more money. There's more inflation that's coming. And especially when this pandemic slows down, and then a lot of people are just going to go out, go to cruise, go to malls, and start buying a whole bunch of stuff. And all that money that's been pimped up from the first wave of stimulus to the second wave of stimulus, if we happen to get that, all that is just going to flood into circulation, which is going to do what? Guys, you guys guessed it. It's going to devalue the current dollars that are already in circulation. And that's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell. All right, so let's just do a slight recap. Number one, what are you guys supposed to do to get yourself ready for a maybe possible lockdown, a U.S. lockdown again? Is get your essential stuff ready. Food, toilet paper, all that. Second thing you want to make sure you do is stack on cash. Cash is still king. All right. So you can make sure you get your bills taken care of, the now stuff that you need to take care of, and of course, for the future, to take advantage of opportunities, maybe weakness in the markets. All right. And number three, focus on assets that grows in value for the long term. All right. But guys, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me right here on my social media platform. And if you guys want to, check out the Urban Lifestyle website, which is right here. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.